All right, guys, here we are. It's been a long road, but we have arrived finally at 200 subscribers. We actually are at 217 right now at the time of me recording this video because I was busy last week, and I technically recorded this video on Monday, but it didn't feel right. I didn't like it, so I got rid of it, and I'm doing it again right now. So thank you guys so much for bringing the channel to 200 subscribers. I want to take some time to talk about, the channel going forward and what I want to do and how I'm going to point my efforts towards, taking this channel someplace amazing. So a couple notes that I've written down. The first thing that I'm going to be doing going forward is doing my thumbnails a bit more like professionally or a bit differently. In the past, they've just been like a color with black text or white text if it was a black background. It's just like a color with some text, which was very informative, and it did a good job of that, where you could just go through and see what everything was. But I just kind of want them to make it look a little bit nicer, and as I've talked to other people, it's like, oh, hey, check out my channel. It's like, yeah, you should have like cooler thumbnails, make it look a little bit more, a little bit nicer and a little bit more produced, and I'm going to do that. So I've been having some fun doing stuff over on Google Drawings, making some stuff because I don't have Illustrator, but that tech is sufficient. If you don't have Illustrator and you want to do stuff like that, check out Google Docs because the drawings thing on there is pretty good. You can put in pictures and do text and all kinds of fancy stuff. So that's what I'm going to be doing for thumbnails going forward. Like the WonderCon ones, it was like the picture and the text. Everything's going to be like that going forward. So I made a cool one for Xbox this week. Hope you guys like that. And yeah, so another thing alongside with that is that if you do like fan art for games or for Xbox in general or anything like that, and you want, a place where you can see your art, your stuff appear on YouTube, I would love to use that stuff as thumbnails. I've been having a hard time picking like an image that I wanted to use for like my general Xbox videos, because if it's something for a game, I'm obviously going to use a screenshot from that game. Xbox this week, I have the cool like calendar one with the Xbox logo, but as far as like just Xbox in general, I'm having a hard time deciding on like a good background image for that. So if you want to do some Xbox stuff and you want a guy to put that as the thumbnail on his YouTube videos, hi, my name's Matt, let's work together. About my videos going forward, I'm buckling down on myself because if you've met me in real life and I've given you my business card, there's 3 lines of text I put on there, and they read: engage players, develop gamers, and lead communities. And really what that means is that anytime someone picks up a controller and begins to play a game, for the first time, and they're just like, all right, I don't really know what I'm doing. Where's the Y button? What is this? That person becomes a player in that moment, that there's someone, experiencing this world for the first time, and they're new. And really, for the good of the gaming culture, what needs to happen to that person is they need to be engaged. And whether that's by just the simple fact that it's an amazing game that they're playing, which should be the case, and our developers are doing a wonderful job of that, of just straight up making great games that people start playing and they're like, this is amazing, I want to keep playing. I mean, that's where I got started. I saw someone playing Halo over his shoulder, and I was like, I have to have this game. I have to do this. But the other side of that is us, because most people who end up with a controller in their hand, they end up there because someone handed them that controller. And what I love to see is people who love gaming, and they're having so much fun here that what they want to do is share that with their friends and share that with other people. And I greatly encourage that. Please do that. Please, if you've got a game that you like, play with other people, not just online, but other people around you, other people that you know. And so that's really what we need to continue to see happening, is these players, these first time people, new people being engaged. And when you travel down that road, when you continue to play games, you play more games, maybe you buy a console, whatever, there's not really a cutoff, but there becomes a point when you're less of a guy who plays games and a gamer. And really what it means to be a gamer is that you are plugged into the culture, that you're part of, what makes this culture great, that you care about these stories and you want to know more about them. Maybe you're wanting to read books on the side. Halo has a whole series of books. There's a book on The Division. We've got, television series, miniseries, sometimes even movies, full feature-length movies based on game worlds. And, being interested in those things is part of being a gamer. It's part of wanting to learn more and experience these worlds on a greater level. Sorry, there's a bird on my driveway just running around on the ground, not flying, and it freaked me out. And that's really what it means to be a gamer, is to be as plugged in as you can to these worlds. And as you again continue on down there, well, that's really what I mean when I say like develop gamers, is that what we need to have as a community is the resources available for people to continue that growth, because people are like, I want to be more into this, I want to learn more, and that needs to be provided. And that's where the people who make the games, you know, are also partnering with authors to tell those stories in other ways, and are getting television shows and movies made and having these things put out there. And that's amazing to see that continuing to happen. And as you, again, follow down that road, you eventually come to the point where you just are naturally connected with other people, and you're not, you know, loving this game alone. And it's not just about, wow, I sit here in my room and I close all the doors and I just sit and play this game by myself. But you're playing with other people, whether you've met them through matchmaking online, or they're the guys that are always at your GameStop or your Best Buy or wherever you buy games, or, you know, it's the guy in class who you've got the Division. This is what happens to me all the time. You've got, you know, a Division wallpaper on your laptop, and the guy next to you is like, oh, you play that game? Like, blah, blah, blah. I like this. I like that. Dude, what do you do? Like, oh, here's my gamer tag. Like, let's play together. And before long, you find yourself, you know, in a community. Whether or not it's something that was organized or created on purpose, or if it just sort of happens by nature of the fact that you love this game and you talk and interact with other people who love it as well, but you find yourself as part of a community. And for me, what I want to really do here on the channel is foster the growth of those communities, is provide a place, like literally the action of creating a video puts a comment section down there where you guys can come and talk about that game or Xbox or whatever. And that's why I do this, you know, is because I create this space where we can all come together and talk. And I want to talk with you guys. I want to see you guys talking to each other. I want to see people commenting on my videos, and then I'm not necessarily the one responding, as I want to do that, and I will continue to do that. But I mean, what I want to see is other viewers responding to them, and people having conversations with each other, not just, wow, I want to say whatever to Asthmatic. Like, just, I want to continue to see interaction and conversation happening between you guys, and again, obviously, to see this community continuing to grow, which is what's happening, and that's why we're here. So for myself, I don't want to make a video unless it satisfies one of those ideals. Unless it, you know, if I'm not going to make a video just to be like, oh, hey, like this controller looks nice. You know, I want to make a video that's going to say why this controller is great and why you as a gamer should be excited about it. Or this game is really cool, and this is why you as a person who's interested in entertainment should take another look at this game, because it's very interesting and it tells a great story, or it's very interactive and they do a good job with, you know, X, Y, and Z. And in the same way for communities, the reason that I cover conventions is because it's a fantastic opportunity to not only meet up and interact with other gamers, but to have the opportunity to actually sit down and talk with developers, you know, people from Xbox, whoever that guy is texting me. I'm sure he's going to be at the next convention. We're going to hang out and talk. I'm just being funny. But I don't want to make a video unless it satisfies one of those requirements. And at the same time, I don't want to make a video unless it's going to be relevant for at least the next 6 to 9 months. You know, there's a very good, that's really the reason, like, I'm not making videos about, you know, what I did today on The Division, or what what the most recent update is for Halo 5, because they just released their free content for April today. I'm not doing a video about that because that video, you know, no one's going to care about watching that video in 6 months. And so I don't want to do that. I want to make content that's going to continue to be relevant and continue to be helpful to viewers as far off into the future as possible. But obviously, I can't say, only something that's going to be good for like 10 years, because obviously every video done about the Xbox One is going to be obsolete in, 10 or 15 years anyway. Probably less than that, but hey, I can hope. But, there's obviously a cutoff there where it's like, okay, like you can't say I need a video that's going to be good for the next 15 years. But if I can create something that's going to be relevant and is going to be helpful to people for at least the next 6 to 9 months, I'm happy with that, and I'm going to make that video and I'm going to push it out. And that's really what the whole premise of Xbox 101 is I want to create content, because over the next, years, we're going to continue to see more brand new people coming to Xbox, and I want to be there to help make their experience from day one be the best that it possibly can be. So whatever it is about Xbox that confuses you, please let me know either in the comments or anywhere on this channel or on Twitter, because I run a series called Xbox 101 where I go through the basics of Xbox ownership, what the system's all about, the dashboard, the friends list, all this kind of stuff, so that people can have any questions answered, or if there's anything confusing, hopefully I can clear that up. So that's really what I wanted to go over in this video, is just to say thank you guys so much for 200 subscribers, and that so far in the channel I've kind of just been saying, like, I'm going to continue to make videos and kind of get myself into a groove and get myself where I'm comfortable sitting here talking into the camera and really get to be more of myself on camera, which I am doing a fairly good job of. At least I feel like I am. People who know me and hang out with me in real life, please tell me if I'm wrong, and whatever, I'll keep doing more work. But I'm going to obviously keep going, and my hope, sort of what I've got, you know, scratching in the back of my mind, is this, like, we need to start actually like doing things, like, because I talk a lot about how, hey, like, let's talk about this, let's talk about that, let's do this, and I want to bring people together and do this. But the size of the channel is one thing that I have to take into account, that I can't change the world when I've got 215 subscribers. But, you know, as the channel continues to grow, what I've really got going on with what I'm hearing in my head is I need to start to take action, to really do something, to say, okay, like, you know, this is the thing that we're going to do going forward. And I'm being really vague, because I don't know what that is going to be yet. I don't know what my next step is going to be yet. But I'm thinking about that, and I'm trying to figure that out. And thank you guys so much for being here and for being a part of this, because we can do amazing things. You know, realize that the future of gaming isn't set in stone. It's up to us. Whatever we want to make out of this franchise, whatever we want to make Xbox be in the future, that's up to us. You know, because we're the ones who build this. We're the ones who write the future. So let's make it a good one. Let's make it awesome, and we can do that together. So thank you guys very much for hanging out. Thank you so much for 200 subscribers. Hopefully I'll be seeing you guys in a few months for the 300 subscriber video. And this is Asthmatic, forgetting anything else to ramble about. So this is Asthmatic out.